if you're a credentialed journalist, particularly a political reporter in this context, your only job is to tell the truth based on the facts that you see. And if that means accusing one campaign or one politician of lying every time you report on whatever subject that happens to be, then so be it. And he and his team might be constantly upset, but at the end of the day, you go home and you look at yourself in the mirror and you just look at yourself and say to yourself, I told the truth. That is factually correct. What I reported today was factually correct. Okay. Now, the question for the future will be, as I mentioned at the beginning, whether the corporation that you work for, the corporate entity that owns, that gives you your paycheck, whether they're going to be strong enough, particularly in areas where, in this particular case, Trump and Republicans are very strong, whether it's going to be financially worth it to them to continually fact check. Mm-hmm. It might reach a point where the general manager is like, I'm getting so much pressure from the community, they don't want the truth, and I don't want to see it on our local news. That's a real possibility.
Okay.
But as a journalist, as somebody who goes in, I think that you're going to have to make the call as an up-and-coming journalist of ethically where you want to stand in this fight.
Right.
And if the canons of journalism, if we are the fourth estate, and again, I'll remind you, there's nothing in the Constitution that says that journalism is the fourth estate.
Right.
For the first 100 years, we were just bought and paid for by whoever could buy and pay for us. So the canons of journalism are only 100 years old. And so the question becomes, ethically, do you stick to those? Or whether young people are, as you get into the profession, whether you're going to have to kind of ebb and flow and bend. I hope that's not the case. I'm so old now that I can sit here and tell everybody, what my decision would be. Ethically, I got to look at myself in the mirror every night, and by just telling the truth, that's how I make it through the day. But I think that this new generation, those of you in the audience that are considering a career in journalism, either print or broadcasting, and with social media, just the pressure of social media being so instantaneous, challenging your truth, maybe there are going to be new ways for you to navigate that. Yeah. But journalism folds. Journalism as we know it ends the minute we can no longer tell the truth.